A very beautiful morning to you. It's exactly 33 minutes gone past 6 a.m. from the studio of Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're reaching you live from Wells Broadcasting House along Alaafin Avenue, Oluyole State, Ibadan. Welcome to Perspectives Unlimited. Perspectives Unlimited is that platform where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of some of the stories across our various national dailies and a bit to keep you abreast about happenings. So welcome this morning. You can join us live on Facebook as we're live presently at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Join us live on Facebook, and of course you can drop your comments as we go on the show this morning. And when it's time, we'd also open the phone lines for you to put a call through to the studio to be a part of the show. Once again, welcome. My name is Toluwaleke Alli. Let's check out the front pages across some of our national dailies this morning. Let's begin with the front page of the Punch newspaper, where we have the lead story. 2027 power shift. Opposition weakens as more PDP governors, senators eye APC. And it has two riders, Delta Governor Okowa, Oshun, Jigawa, PDP chieftains. Others defect to APC. PDP, Bode George attack Tinubu. All of this and more you can find on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Above the masthead, INEC moves to legalize voting without PVC. And that's on page 3. Killings. Tinubu demands fresh security blueprint from intelligence chiefs. That can also be found on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Federal government grants tax waivers to Dangote, Mekano, 103 others. And that's on page 28. U.S. indicts Nigerian for $690,000 scam, forced citizenship claim. And that can be found on page 4. The final story on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Lagos local government chair aspirant withdraws for Basa's son. And that's on page 6. Pick up the copy of the Punch newspaper to read more on all of those stories. Moving on now to the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Lagos has shortfall of 66,000 doctors, nurses, says government, and that can be found on page 5. On page 3, scandals. President won't allow Akpabio to step aside, say senators. Still on page 3, reps say 1,723 vessels engage in sharp practices on Nigerian waters. Hurdles for opposition parties as APC wins more governors, others. And that's the lead story. You can find that on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. ECOWAS to relocate institutions from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. That's on page 2. On page 4 of the Guardian newspaper, WHO to downsize operations amid major funding cuts. Insecurity. Tinubu, security chiefs in talks, 36 governors discuss crisis in Abuja. That can be found on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. 10 billion naira Astor Rock solar project and admission of power sector failure, says Huriwa. That can be found on page 30. We have been unfairly blamed for insecurity in Imo, IPOB laments. Check more on that story. Check out page 7 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, insecurity, enough is enough, President tells security chiefs. And that can be found on page 2 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Patients stranded as workers strike cripples FCT PHCs. That's on page 20. Aviation crisis, air peace, foreign airlines suspend flights. To check more on that story, check out page 33 of the Daily Trust newspaper. 2027, allow younger people to run. Baba Ahmed tells Tinubu. The story can be found on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Delta Governor, Atiku's running mate, others join APC. And that story can be found on page 5 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Moving on to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, above the masthead, NLC tackles Power Minister on claims of adequate electricity supply to 150 million Nigerians. And that story can be found on page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Pencom recovers 1.58 billion naira from defaulting employers as pension assets hit 23 trillion naira. And that story can be found on page 16. COAS orders troops to clear Kwara, Niger of bandits in 1 month. That's on page 5. The lead story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning, why we joined APC. That's coming from Delta Governor Okowa, others. And it has 4 riders explain how Ibadan PDP governors meeting aided exit. Senator Kawu dumps NNPP for APC in Kano. Edo Labour Party Senator Imaswen sets to defect to APC. 6th-term Osun federal lawmaker Oke quits PDP. All of these stories you can find on page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Another 2 killed, over 20 farms destroyed by bandits in Plateau. That's on page 4. And still on page 4, 2027, why we will back Tinubu, CPC block. Flight operations disrupted as NIMET workers down tools. And it has a rider, Air Peace suspends flights. And that story can be found on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. On page 4 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, end allowances. Federal government releases 50 billion naira to ASU, other unions. Ahead of burial, thousands queue to catch glimpse of Pope Francis' body. That can be found on page 19 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And those are the stories across some of the front pages of our national dailies this Thursday morning. And joining me in the studio this morning is Mr. Olalekan. Good morning, Mr. Olalekan.
Good morning, madam.
Okay, let us start with that big story that is, that has been making rounds since yesterday evening and, of course, cuts across all the national dailies this morning. 2027 power shift. I'll be picking this from the late story on the Punch newspaper. Opposition weakens as more PDP governors, senators eye APC. Opposition political parties, especially the People's Democratic Party, the New Niger People's Party, and the Labour Party, are bleeding as some of their prominent members have dumped their platforms for the ruling All Progressives Congress. Concerned by the wave of defections to the APC, the PDP NNPP and Coalition of United Political Parties have accused the APC-led federal government of exploiting state resources to coerce their members and other politicians into switching allegiance to the ruling party. In response, the APC welcomed the defectors, dismissed the claims from the PDP and NNPP as unfounded, asserting that politicians are willingly joining the party because of the significant achievements of President Bola Tinubu's renewed Hope administration. So, on Wednesday, Delta State Governor Sheriff Uborevori, his predecessor and PDP's 2023 vice presidential candidate Ifeanyi Okowa, along with all party members in the state, officially defected to the All Progressives Congress. And this announcement was made yesterday as the Delta State Commissioner for Information formally confirmed the governor's defection. Now, this is among others as also the senator representing Kano South Senatorial District, Senator Kawu Sumaila, on Wednesday as well, officially confirmed his defection from the NNPP to the ruling APC. In another related development, a long-serving member of the House of Representatives, Toluwaleke, announced his own resignation as well from the People's Democratic Party. And he made this with immediate effect. So, similarly, the special advisor to Governor Monday Okpebolo on political mobilization and engagement, Hyojin Otubo, stated that the Labour Party Senator Neda Imaswe is also on the verge of defecting to the All Progressives Congress. All of this and many more, because we have other, recent defections from several significant figures in these different political parties joining the ruling political party recently, which is the APC. This defection coming at a time when there's a coalition that is being formed against ensuring that this present government is no longer there by 2027. What does this mean?
Thank you very much, madam. The truth of the matter is that I can tell you free of charge that those who decamped yesterday didn't do that for the sake of Nigeria, Nigerians, or the advancement of democracy in Nigeria. They did it plainly and purely for personal reasons. Let's talk about the Delta State Governor, Sheriff of Owerri. 2022, when he was campaigning for the office of Governor of Delta State, he said APC, as of then, was not a political party, that it was a poverty-breeding machine. And that was under Buhari. Yes, truly and verily, the APC was breeding poverty then. But if they were breeding poverty then, nobody can contest the fact that what they are breeding today is disaster and calamity, because almost everybody is hungry in the country. And yet, it's that same party that you are joining. Let me tell you why you joined the APC. 4 weeks ago, his principal, the former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, was invited by the EFCC, and he was alleged to have stolen 1.3 trillion naira belonging to Delta State. And the next thing, he, alongside his cronies, the governor, deputy governor, House of Assembly, all of them decamped to the APC. I can tell you free of charge that it has not ended there. The governor of Akwa Ibom is also going to decamp, because it's the same scenario. His predecessor, who remains his benefactor, Emmanuel Udom, was also arrested by the EFCC and was alleged to have stolen 1.4 trillion. Since that time, horrible things that we have never heard in the history of this country. The governor of a political party is going to be declaring support for the president candidate of another political party. The governor of Akwa Ibom has been doing that he is going to support Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027. He belongs to the PDP. Bola Ahmed Tinubu belongs to the APC. I can tell you that it's not just about supporting him from the PDP. He's also going to decamp to the APC alongside his principal, Emmanuel Udom. There's something we must learn here. As far as I'm concerned, the APC is not doing anything strange here. Rather, we should, as Nigerians, know that these people are no longer working for us. They're only using us to play Ayolopmo. It's about what favors them and what benefits them. And that's happening because Nigerians are not taking politics very seriously. They are doing all of this because they want to elongate their tenure in office. Look at the guy in Oshun, Toluwaleke. He's he's a sixth term member of the House of Representatives. Multiply 6 by 4, you have 24. Meaning by 2027, you will have spent 24 years in the House of Reps. There is internal power struggle in Osun PDP. The current PDP hegemony does not want to field him again in 2027, and for that reason, he is running to the APC. That is why these people are doing jumpology. Nigerians need to take themselves seriously. I do not see it as a fact that the opposition is crumbling. No. These are anywhere belle-faced politicians. And in all seriousness, 2027 is not going to be between Tinubu and PDP. The PDP is a dead political party. It's officially in the morgue. It is a dead political party. And the death of the PDP started with the G5. In all seriousness, as terrible as what the likes of Sheriff and Umoeno, the governor of Akwa Ibom, are doing, I still rate them more honorable than the G5 governors, the likes of Wike, Sheyi Makinde, Fianyi, Gwanyi, Epeazu, and Otom, because at least they still have the honor of leaving the PDP, not staying in the PDP and supporting another. I mean, that is something terrible. It is something that is unforgivable in the field of politics. But as I was saying, 2027 is not going to be between Tinubu and any political party. It is between Tinubu and Nigerians. If you feel like your lot has been improved in the last 4 years, you are free to vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But if you feel like things are no longer the way they were, things were better than they are right now, I mean, I urge you to come out and vote against whoever you think has done that to you. I'm not in any way moved or surprised by what is happening. It's about saving themselves from prosecution. It's not that they like the APC or they like Bola Ahmed Tinubu. No. It's about saving their heads. And let's not forget, a former chairman of the APC said it, no matter how big your offense is, no matter how much money you have stolen, once you become a member of the APC, you are a new being. It's like that.
All right. You can be a part of the conversation this morning by calling the phone lines 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-1000, or 0916-893-2000, 0916-893-2000. Also 0915-333-4893, 0915-333-4893. Those are the phone lines for you to call to be a part of the show. You can drop your comments on Facebook this morning at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. Drop your comments right there and we'll be sure to take them this morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, West Radio.
Good morning.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Toluwaleke.
Welcome to the show.
I want to thank Toluwaleke. I thank you very well for the good job you are doing for the people of Nigeria. I pray that Nigerians should be wise. When I am from Delta State, when I heard of what has just happened, the comment I made on my state is that this is madness. Because I knew exactly this is what they are running away from. But since they are doing this thing, and we still have Nigerians still wanting to vote for them, do we really know what we are doing? Are we really practicing democracy now? This is not democracy. So people are standing up to impoverish the larger people of Nigeria, and people are hailing them. This country is really facing a very big trouble. And if we don't take time, this people, because of the money they're having in their hands, they will make sure that majority of us Nigerians will not have good life. And it's not going to end with even the adults of this country today. Our children's children may suffer this thing for a very long time. But I pray that God will save this country from these people who are doing this to Nigeria. We should not look at political party again. We should look at the individuals who have stolen our money and are using it to suffer us in this country. May God help Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, George from Ologwaru. Let's move on to the Daily Trust newspaper. Of course, this story is also, across the majority of our national dailies this morning. And, this is where the president is telling the security chiefs that enough is enough. And he has tasked them to end the killings. I'll take some of that story from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. President Bola Tinubu has directed an immediate and comprehensive overhaul of national security strategies, demanding urgent action to end the escalating violence in Borno, Benue, Plateau, and Kwara states. The president, who met with the security chiefs at the State House in Abuja for more than 2 hours, said the killing of innocent people in Borno, Benue, and Plateau states must cease. Enough is enough, the president declared as he once again condemned the senseless targeting of innocent Nigerians. The National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, told newsmen that the service chiefs briefed the president on the security situation. The NSA said President Tinubu ordered a new approach to tackling the insecurity problems. Ribadu noted that President Tinubu was also actively monitoring and giving instructions during his work visits to Paris and London. And he also said that the president highlighted the need to involve local councils and state governments more in tackling insecurities. So he said that the president has directed that they work more with the governors. Now, this is also coming as the governors as well, had held a meeting with the CDS. So insecurity, governors, CDS, Musa meet behind closed doors. And this is in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, where the 36 state governors under the aegis of the Nigeria Governors Forum, NGF, on Wednesday night met with the Chief of Defense Staff, CDS, General Christopher Musa, to discuss the ongoing insecurity challenges across the country. And the meeting was presided over by the NGF chairman, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State, and it lasted for about 2 hours as well. So this is also coming on the heels of unabated cases of bandit attacks and kidnappings, which has led to the death of hundreds of citizens, including women and children, especially in Benue and Plateau states, respectively. And after exiting the meeting, efforts made to get the NGF to speak on the issues discussed proved abortive. And even the Chief of Defense Staff, declined any comments. But some of the governors who were at the meeting included the Borno State Governor, Ekiti State Governor, Adamawa, Kaduna, Bayelsa, Gombe, Ogun, Imo, Oyo, Ondo, Benue, Nasarawa, and Plateau, while the deputy governors of Niger, Enugu, and Bauchi were also present. Yesterday, during the course of Perspectives Unlimited as well, the all insecurity issues got the conversation heated, and that's the way it has been with quite a number of Nigerians. And it feels like every single time you check out the dailies, there's always one story or the other. Even this morning, there's a story of 20 farms attacked in Plateau State, 2 people killed. This meeting, the constant, meetings, changing of the blueprint of security, is that exactly what is going to help? Because the NSA went to Benue and he said everything is going to be resolved in no time, and people should just be patient.
Please let me come in at that particular point in time. I can tell you free of charge that when the NSA was in Benue, at the exact moment it was in Benue, 6 fresh people were killed in Benue. The president has been changing the blue, green, white, blue, whatever color print since 2023, and nothing is happening. See, let's tell ourselves the truth.
But the NSA said they inherited a very bad security situation in Nigeria.
From me?
From the previous government.
The same government they said that are going to tow his toes? they're going to tow his path. When the Buhari administration was leaving, everybody was like, oh, may God never let us see something like this again. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that he was going to follow the path of what's it called, Muhammadu Buhari. And that's exactly what we are saying. Now let's go into the details. It's a different thing to tell you, hey, and it's a different thing to look at it carefully, critically, and say, okay, it's actually here. What exactly is the mandate and priority of this president? For me, it's not about governance. It's about politics. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a crafty politician. He understands how to play dirty politics to the last point. But talk of governance, he is not skilled in that particular regard. He went to France, and you can see the result of the France he went to. I can tell you free of charge once again that he didn't go to France to go and do any work. He went there to hold clandestine political meetings. He met a lot of PDP governors in Paris and in London, and you can see the effect already. Even Fubara was among the people he met in London. And trust me, it's only a matter of time before Fubara joins the APC as well. It is like that. That is what occupies the mind of the president. The major one that happened in Plateau, the very first one that happened in Plateau that we all know too well, that the total number of people killed there were more than 200. And it was more than 200. The NSA said something from his office in Abuja. He said never again will any innocent soul be taken in Plateau, Benue, the Middle Belt generally. And I can tell you that we have had at least 4 major attacks since that time. It tells you clearly that these people are only paying lip service to the security of this country. But again, we need to understand what exactly is happening. I have listened to, I used to operate a farm around that region. I no longer do that, but people who worked with me then, I still keep relationship with them. I have a direct idea of what's happening there.
Okay, let's talk to this person. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ade.
Welcome to the show, Deronke.
Thank you. On the president's meeting with the chief of staff is a good one, but we don't want mere meetings. All we need is positive results, and they should swing into action. So we expect positive results, and this should put an end to the lasting insecurity we are facing. That's my take.
All right, thank you so much.
I can tell you that what is happening there is something that we need to be very, very careful of. Another call.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Miriam. I'm calling from Odegai.
Welcome to the show, Mariam.
Thank you. Of the truth, we are really tired of cheap talks from Mr. President. What we really need is concrete action, because insecurity is causing a lot of hardship already. And here is the time he needs to be here to champion all his energy into fighting this insecurity. This is one of his major responsibilities. We cannot continue like this. The death score on a daily basis is getting unbearable. Mr. President, please come to our aid. That's my take. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Yeah, Ruth calling from Malacca.
Welcome to the show, Ruth.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, on the issue of insecurity, it's high time the federal government starts tackling insecurity on the pages of newspaper. Because the way kidnapping and killings keep passing day by day is too worrisome. So it's high time the Grand State Police, they know what to do. They should please do the needful on time before it gets out of hand. May God help us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, Ruth. We have to go on a break now. So I'm going to hold your thoughts there, and then when we get back from the break, we'll continue this conversation. It's Perspectives Unlimited on Wales Radio 89.3 FM.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
That Gele Chick, in collaboration with
Wells Radio 89.3 FM, brings you 2 days advanced Gele training featuring Mr. T. Gele, BJ Gele, and that Gele Chick.
Date 23rd to 24th April 2025.
Venue Wells Radio Broadcasting House, Alafin Avenue, Oliole Estate, Ibadan. Time 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Daily.
Registration fee 20,000 naira only.
For inquiries, call 070-8447-7686 or 070-4523-8936.
Be a professional Gele artist today and earn your financial freedom. Remember, knowledge is power. This training is supported by Wells Radio 89.3 FM.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903-936-8185. Call Toby on 0803-509-3394. Yomi on 0706-616-5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Welcome back. It's your Perspectives Unlimited right here on Wells Radio 89.3 FM. I'll come back to you, Mr. Alli Konsani. So still on insecurity, you were saying something.
Thank you, madam. Something baffles me a whole lot.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sulaiman Sharif.
Yes, so regarding the issue of we got gathered ready to take this strike because we are still discussing it over a month now. Nigeria is still bleeding. But what furnished most is that was back the debations that see all those politicians they debate with APC was their personal gain rather than the benefit of Nigeria. But there is also an allegation that the APC federal government was many politicians, especially the senior member from opposition party, by using the EFCC, SCPT, and other state apparatus. And those that cannot withstand the pressure, they end up heading the party for APC in charge of protection. But what I know is that President Tinubu and APC should not forget that hunger and insecurity are the major opposition that will face in 2027 election from those people that they have not. That's my own submission. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your submission this morning.
Something baffles me. I mean, the story is almost everywhere. You would hear that there is a particular troubled, community, and soldiers have been deployed to take care and oversee the security of that community. And all of a sudden, you just hear that, they have been asked to leave that particular spot. Before you know what is happening, 45 minutes, these bad boys will come, raid the community, and go away. Who is giving such terrible orders? We need to query that. We need to question that. That's that. But again, let's look beyond Nigeria. I have listened to people who are in that part of the country, the Middle Belt region, and they have been saying something. And apart from them, I also heard that the traditional rulers of those areas are also saying the same thing. These invaders are not speaking the usual Hausa that we speak in Nigeria. They are not speaking the usual Fulani that we speak in Nigeria. I don't want to mention the name of a particular country, but two countries
actually,
now.
Yesterday in the news, one of the traditional rulers in Benue State mentioned that they believe that Malians are the ones that are invading them.
Not just Mali. There's also another country I won't be willing to say here right now that people who are coming to Nigeria to do these things are actually from those two countries. They come in, they do what they want to do, and leave. Some of them are speaking in French, and we don't speak French in Nigeria. That should tell you something. Now look at our neighbors. Look at the Sahel part of the West Africa. Burkina Faso, it's the same. Mali, it's the same. Benin Republic, just beside us. For a very long time, Benin has been very, very safe. But this week, like 80 people were killed in Benin as well. Cameroon, regular customer. Niger, the same thing. Chad, the same thing. What exactly is happening? I think I believe that this is the time that Nigerians deserve the strongest hands when it comes to leadership. We need people who can unite us, who can galvanize us, and collectively face this crisis. I have seen firsthand the normal farmer elder crisis in Nigeria. In the southwestern part, in the middle belt, even up north, I have seen it before. This is nothing like that. They don't use weapons. They don't use automatic rifles. They use weapons, cutlasses, cudgels, axes, things like that. That is what they use on themselves, not assault rifles. These people know exactly what they are doing. Nigeria is a country that is sharply divided, north, south. Different religions, different cultures, different backgrounds, different mentalities. And the belt, it's not just the middle belt for the sake of calling it the middle belt. It's actually the belt holding the upper part and the lower part of the country together. And these people are actively attacking that middle belt region. It's something that we need to calm down and really, really try to understand. It's not about, I don't believe whatsoever that it's about access to farmland or even vegetation for cattle. It's beyond that. It is beyond that. The rainy season is picking up. This crisis doesn't really happen around this particular time of the year. It's usually between November and February, where elders will come from up north to come and seek vegetation for their animals. But the rains have started. Some communities are even being flooded already. So vegetation almost everywhere is green right now. So it's not about cattle feeding. It's about something more than that. But I mean, it's depressing that at this particular point in time where we would need the sturdiest hands when it comes to governance and administration, we are having feeble hands. People who only know how to play politics and not how to rule, not how to govern a system. I don't believe this is a Nigerian thing. Mm-mm. It's I don't want to say it's a Western thing because I don't have any evidence to back that. But I can say it categorically that forces that are extra Africa that are greater and outside of Africa are behind the things that we are seeing right now. It's about destabilizing this country along the most sensitive parts. The average Southerner will not take it lightly when he or she hears that people who partly look like them in Benue State are being killed, if for the sake of culture or let's say religion. I mean, the affinity is there. And for real, we need to look further than that. Kwara State, people are being killed day in, day out. Look at the identities of those killed. They are Muslims. Some of them are even Fulani people. There are a lot of Fulani people in Kwara State. I don't know if you know that. Kwara North is predominantly occupied by Fulani people.
Oh, yes.
And Ilesha Barotin, Ilesha Baruba, these are Kwara North districts. And they are being killed there. It's not a religion thing. Because the last time they attacked them in Niger State, they finished the 8 p.m. prayer, Isha. And as they were walking out of the mosques, they were shot and killed. Over 10 people. So we need to really calm down. What exactly is the problem? It's not Christians that are attacking because churches are going down as well. It's not Muslims that are attacking because mosques are going down. It's not Fulani people because Fulani people are being killed. And it's certainly not Irigwere people. It's not Beron people. It's not Tiv people because those ones are losing their lives in their scores. So what exactly is happening? As far as I'm concerned, the current security architecture, especially in the area of intelligence gathering, has failed beyond measure. There is no word that I can use to describe their failure. Because they are the people who should be telling us that, okay, this is what is happening. I believe that Nigeria needs an agency very, very seriously. And it's the agency called the Nigerian Border Guard. Look at the mandate of each and every of our security agencies. There is not one of them that is designed by law to profile people who are coming into this country. Immigration is only about, okay, are you approved? Do you have the necessary paperwork to come into this country? If you are a West African, you do not need any paperwork to come to work into Nigeria. If you are from Mali, if you are from the other country, nobody's going to ask any question simply because you are a ECOWAS citizen. You will be allowed to come into the country. Look at customs. Their only mandate is, okay, what you are bringing, is it contraband? Is it allowed? Army will not even raise a finger until they spot that, okay, you are a foreign threat. But these people are not going to present themselves as foreign threat. They may come in on the back of a trailer with guns somewhere. You won't know. Police will not even know. But a border guard, almost every country that has internal security has it. America has it. Almost every country has it. Their job is going to be profiling people who are coming in. Who exactly are these people? What is their mandate? What is their mission? What are they coming into the country to do? But unfortunately, we do not have that. Instead, what we have is that, once you are in the good book of the president, and you're a senator or a legislator, House of Reps member, they are going to bring a university to your constituency. That is where we are burning our energy. That's where we are dissipating our strength. And it shouldn't be. Security of lives is the number one priority of any government. It's even in the Constitution of Nigeria. The first function of government is security, safety of lives and property. But we are not taking that very seriously. Instead, what we are doing is politics, and politics.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that the federal government is talking about involving the state government, is this the point where the state police that everybody has been clamoring for is coming in? Because another story...
No, let me cut you. Let me not waste your time, madam, please. The NEC is going to meet today. They started meeting from yesterday. They said it point blank that state police is off the discussion. Mr. George, thanks for the accolade, sir. He said something yesterday. The word is appropriate. I may not be able to say it here. When he said the governor of Delta State moved from his party to another party, that's exactly the word. What exactly are we talking about here, if not state police? How exactly do you want to secure Nigeria with the current happenings without state police? I haven't seen, I continue to say it. Pa Kayode Betokun is tired. He is tired. What the law says is that once you are 60, go home. Those who drafted that were not drinking, they were not drunk. I mean, they were not drunk, they were not sleeping when they drafted it. When you are 60, naturally your body becomes tired. Pa Betokun is over 60 now, but for reasons best known to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he is still keeping in office. Number one, get rid of Pa Betokun. Number two, bring in state police. And it's not just going to be state police carrying Dane guns and Shakabula. No, we need them to carry assault rifles. We need them to carry assault rifles so that it's suicide if you are holding a pump action and you are confronting somebody holding assault rifle, because your assault rifle cannot do more than maybe 50. Your pump action cannot do more than 50, 100 meters maximum, and the guy holding a rifle can kill you from 1.3 kilometers away. So it's an unequal battle that it's only a foolish person that will go into. We need state police. That is the first thing we should be talking about. But for reasons best known to our governors and, of course, the presidency, it is off the table. They're not talking about it. They're talking about securing Nigeria with Pa Betokun alone. Are you kidding me? It's never going to work. It's going to be matters like this over and over and over.
Let's pick the score. Hello, good morning.
Yes, John.
Okay, welcome.
I keep saying that Olaleko, Nigerians will listen to him. Even the state police we are clamoring for now. The president is also telling the state governors now, holding to them, that whom we think that we their party to join the APC, they are now joining APC because of the crimes in their hands. Please, even the courts and everything, they are all under the rule, the command of the president. Please, Nigerians will save themselves. Let them restructure this country. Maybe we might be able to control even the governor and the situation of insecurity in Nigeria. If we don't do that, they will grab all these people because none of them is free from corruption. And Nigeria will not survive if we keep quiet. And it is we, the masses, that are going to suffer this thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Before we leave this particular topic, do you know the reason why the president and the EFCC are going after states like Rivers, Akwa Ibom, and Delta? These are states that from the inception of democracy in 1999 have been bankrolling presidential elections. They are very, very wealthy. And I'm not supporting the fact that state governments should use state resources to bankroll presidential elections. But these are the states that have been financing the PDP over the years, and they want to remove them from the hands of the PDP.
Hello, good morning.
All we are saying, give us faithfully, federal government. All we are saying, give us faithfully. We didn't say police. This is in Jamaica. Calling from Apata.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Gwenga.
We didn't say police because the insecurity is clear community. If we continue to linger on, if the needful is not done on time, I'm telling you. Look at in Kwara State. What's the name of this new bandit state now? They have infiltrated all the what do they call it? All the boots areas in Kwara State now. Only God knows where the next for they are coming to now. They did not come to the south to southwest here. They are now in Kwara State. Now if you have look at the police, they need to have important information and work with the normal security agencies, and they collaborate together to fish out those bandits. And this is my tweet this morning when I heard that in the first issue that we heard, that they will not be discussing anything that is pertaining to state police. Then where are we going in this country? Mr. Toluwaleke, where are we going now? Is this democracy? I think when I was deputy, like I said yesterday, in the government, in government, when I was studying government, they said the Abacha said one of the responsibility of the government is to give us good protection, to secure our lives and property. But now, as you have to, is that what you have in Nigeria today? Oh, you don't tell it now. On the issue of the campaign, I'm telling you, we don't have a politician. We have Ojemi. If you are a politician, why will you be decamping from a particular party that puts you in a particular spot, and because of what you want to use, you are leaving that. You know that the governor of Delta State, he left the decamp to APC because of the next election. He wants to run for second term. That was the basis what I expected. And I want our system to be changed in such a way that once you get to a particular office through a particular political platform, you must not defect till you live your tenure ends. That is what you want. You want a constitutional change in that review. So now to ask Mr. Toluwaleke, is this democracy? This is not democracy, this is civil rules. And lastly, on the issue of the insecurity as well, I want to say this. Mr. President, Mr. Toluwaleke said Mr. President is getting rid of Egbetoku. And I have something came to my mind. What if Egbetoku is being removed? What will the incoming education do differently? What will it do differently? There is nothing going to do differently. Some people are saying that they became all the legislative seats. And I'm telling you, if they change them, the mantra will still remain the same. But the thing is, what we want is you want a proactiveness. We want IGP to move in their office down to the areas where we are having insecurity. Let them move there. Let the other security chiefs let them bombard the place. Let them let their base there. I'm telling you, they will pick out those bandits. Removing a very alone cannot solve the problem. May God is our leader Christ and bless this country. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Amen. Thank you,
As
Mr.
regards,
Gbenga
you said two things
Mario.
I'm going to react to. Number one is that what happens if we change it, Betokun? I won't tell. I'm not able to say what is going to happen should we change it, Betokun, but I can tell you what is happening. What is happening right now is a demonstration of failure. And I don't like failure in my life. If I spot failure, I change immediately. If you are not doing well, get out. There is possibility that the next person may do well. But currently, it's failure upon failure. And he asked if this is a democracy. It's no longer a democracy, it's a tragedy. It is a tragedy because people whose lives are upside down, people who are not known to be noble, I don't want to use the word, but it's almost like that, have captured the system at the detriment of right-thinking human beings. I mean, that is not even civil rule. It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. So back to what I was saying. We need to calm down and understand what is happening. We need people who are circumspect enough to think beyond today, to dig deep. What exactly is happening? What is behind this madness? Because like I told you earlier, I have seen farmer herder crisis. It's all. I mean, they could be savage, they could be deadly, they could be brutal, but it's always cutlasses and machetes. And mind you, a particular flag was said to have been hoisted in a community in Benue, and it's not a flag known by the Nigerian forces. It does not represent any ethnic nor religion, any ethnic group nor religion in Nigeria. I don't want to say the name of I know the organization. It's a terrorist. It's a global terrorist organization with particular base in West Africa. Let's just ISWAP. ISWAP flag was hoisted in Benue State. I think the reason why they are attacking the Middle Belt is something that anybody with no emotional attachment to ethnicity should understand. Cut the country into two, everybody goes in disarray. That's exactly what is happening here. That is why they are attacking those sensitive places, because that is where you have the blend of the two cultures and religions. They are intertwined there, and that's the most sensitive part of our country. And them attacking that place is strategic. They know exactly what they are doing. And I can tell you there are things that we are not really hearing about Kogi State. Kogi State is not safe as well. It's all the states along that line. In fact, ISWAP it's something that it is in the dailies. ISWAP has a cell, an active cell. A cell is like a unit in Kogi State. Those who came to do that bad job in our then, where Catholic faithfuls were massacred, came from Kogi State, and they went back to Kogi State. So it's the belt all along, from the west to the east, and the Middle Belt. But it's unfortunate that we have leaders who are not interested in governance, that the only thing that matters to them is politics. Delta now is going to be out of the PDP. PDP will not have resources to finance an election. Akwa Ibom, the same thing. The same thing Rivers State. Essentially rendering the PDP useless. The PDP, as far as I'm concerned, is the most useless political party in the country. In fact, in the history of the world. When they were in power, they didn't do well. I believe that they did well than the current people, but they could have done better. But as an opposition party, they failed woefully. And they are failing woefully simply because, number one, G5 governors, like I said it, what they did is unforgivable. All 5 of them, Seyi Makinde, Wike, and these are people that without the political party, what exactly would they have become? With the particular reference to the guy in Oyo State, he ran to be senator under the AMPP, he failed woefully. He went to the SDP to contest for governor. He was only able to score an average of 1,000 votes per local government. He joined the PDP. At the first shot, he became governor. The same party he is now helping to destroy. I mean, it's painful. It's depressing because that is not how politics is supposed to be played.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
It is always an honor to be here.
Okay, on Facebook, Olasunde Habib Kamadukwe says, well done from Okweyemi area, Gbagini Ibadan. Thank you so much. And this is the point where we draw the curtains on the show this morning. Perspectives Unlimited returns tomorrow at exactly 6:30 a.m. As I would always say, wherever you find yourself, ensure that you try your best to put Nigeria out there in good light. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. I am Toluwaleke Alli.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Hello, everybody. My name is Aki Lewis, and you know me. You're listening to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, and it is called your preferred wholesome radio. So keep it locked. Stay tuned. This is the radio you've been waiting for.